My name is Mila Parker. I'm 32 years old, and 3 weeks ago, I did something I never imagined I would do. I handed my parents an envelope at Thanksgiving dinner in front of more than 50 family members. Inside wasn't a check, it was a police report. For 8 years, I had been sending my parents $3,000 every single month. I believed they were one missed payment away from losing everything. I believed their fear, their panic, their urgent calls. I lived in a 300 square foot studio. I worked two side jobs. I ate ramen 4 nights a week so my parents could keep the lights on. Then, one night, my sister sent me a photo from my mother's birthday dinner at a $500 per plate restaurant. In the background, barely visible, was a receipt. I zoomed in. The credit card name wasn't theirs. It was mine. A card I never opened. $437,000 in fraudulent charges over 8 years. And that was the moment everything changed. Before I tell you what happened next, let me go back 8 years to the first phone call that started it all. The call that started it. It was a Tuesday evening in April. I'd just been promoted to financial analyst, $62,000 a year, benefits, my own cubicle. I was 24 and I felt like I'd made it. Then my phone rang. "Mila, honey," my mom said. Her voice was strained. "I hate to burden you with this." My stomach dropped. "What's wrong?" I asked. "Your father's company is downsizing. They're letting him go." The words hit like ice water. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" "We didn't want to worry you," she said, voice shaking. "You just started your career." I opened my laptop without thinking, pulling up my bank account. "How much do you need?" I asked. She hesitated. 2,000 would help with the mortgage, she said, but the utilities are overdue and Dad's medication. She trailed off, letting the silence do the work. "I can do 3,000, I said, "this month and next until Dad finds something new." Relief flooded her voice. "Mila, you're such a blessing," she said, "just until things stabilize." I transferred the money that night, and honestly, it felt good. This was what family did. You showed up when people needed you. Growing up, I'd watched my sister Sienna get attention for being charming and funny. She was the one everyone wanted at parties. My parents praised her for her personality. They praised me for being helpful. So, being helpful became my worth. When my mom called again the next month with a new emergency, roof repair, a contractor deposit, I sent another 3,000. And the month after that, and the one after that. The emergencies never stopped. Water heater, car transmission, medical bills, dental work. I told myself it was temporary. Family takes care of family. They'd do the same for me, right? 8 years is 2,920 days. That's 2,920 decisions to put someone else first. My life disappearing. My studio was 300 square feet in a building where the air conditioning worked only 3 months a year. The furniture came from Craigslist and curbsides. My bed was a futon that never quite unfolded right. I told myself it was minimalist living, very trendy. Coworkers asked me to lunch. I'd decline. Meal prepped, I'd say, holding up my Tupperware of rice and canned beans. Ramen at night, oatmeal for breakfast, peanut butter sandwiches when I was feeling fancy. My coworker, Sarah, got promoted to senior analyst 2 years ago. That was the position I turned down because it required relocating to Portland. "I can't move," I told my boss. "Family situation." He nodded, understanding. He didn't understand. Every vacation day sat unused in my account. 45 days accumulated, expired, and vanished. What if there's an emergency? I'd reason. There was always an emergency. At my yearly physical, which I delayed 6 months because the copay was $150, my doctor asked if I was eating enough. I laughed it off. "Just being careful with money," I said. She didn't laugh back. A coworker, James, once mentioned he'd seen my parents at Maltma, the upscale restaurant downtown. "The one with white tablecloths and a wine list thicker than a phone book," he said. "Must have been a special occasion," I said. "They deserve to celebrate after everything they've been through." I added. James gave me an odd look, but didn't push. I was so focused on keeping them afloat, I never questioned why the emergencies never ended. Why, after 8 years and $288,000, things weren't better. My coworkers were buying houses, getting engaged, taking trips to Europe. I was building my parents' lives. I just didn't know whose credit I was building them on. My 32nd birthday. My 32nd birthday was a Wednesday.
I worked until 7, came home to my studio, sat on my futon, and opened my banking app. 3,000. Transferred to mom and dad. Confirm. Done. I opened Facebook. Mistake. Sarah posted photos from her new condo. 2 bedrooms, a balcony, exposed brick. Jenny from college was engaged. Marcus from work was in Japan. 17 photos of temples and sushi. My last vacation was so long ago I couldn't remember. My last date was 14 months ago. The guy seemed nice until the check came and I asked to split a $40 total. He paid, but his texts stopped after that. My dating app sat unopened for months. What was I supposed to put in my profile? 32-year-old financial analyst seeking someone who enjoys Netflix on a 13-inch laptop and deep conversations about why generic cereal is underrated? My retirement account balance was $8,300. According to every financial planning article I'd ever read, it should have been closer to $80,000 by now. I wrote those articles for clients. I just couldn't follow my own advice. My phone buzzed. Mom. Honey, I'm so sorry to ask, but Dad needs emergency dental work. Root canal. $4,000. They want payment upfront. I checked my savings. $347. I don't have $4,000 right now, I said. Oh, I understand, she said, voice getting smaller. We'll figure something out. Maybe we can put it on a credit card. We were already maxed out. The guilt hit like a fist. I can pick up extra shifts at the store, I said. Give me 2 weeks. You're such a good daughter, she said. I don't know what we'd do without you. I stared at my reflection in the black laptop screen. 32 years old. Couldn't afford a birthday cake, but at least my parents wouldn't be homeless, right? The video call. Sunday morning, my phone rang. Sienna. Her energy made my stomach tense. Mila, oh my God, you have to see this, she said. She thrust her left hand at the camera. Diamond. Massive. Trevor proposed at Crater Lake, she said, bouncing. We're thinking next June. The venue we want is the Four Seasons. The Four Seasons. I did quick math. 50,000 to 75,000. Wow, I managed. How are you affording the Four Seasons? I asked. Oh, Mom and Dad are covering most of it, she said, like it was nothing. Wedding gift. My brain stuttered. Wedding fund. They were broke, behind on everything. They couldn't afford Dad's dental work, but they had a wedding fund? Sienna, you're still working, right? I asked. Oh, I quit last month, she said. Trevor makes enough for both of us once we're married. So she was living with them rent-free, planning a luxury wedding. I felt something inside me crack. After we hung up, I sat in my dark studio for an hour. Outside, I could hear neighbors laughing, music playing, life happening. I pulled out my calculator and did the math I'd been avoiding. $288,000 over 8 years. Where did it all go? Something felt wrong, but I pushed it down. I was good at pushing things down. The discovery. Friday evening, at my desk, I was finishing a client portfolio analysis. The office was quiet, just me and the hum of fluorescent lights. My phone buzzed. Family group chat. A photo from Sienna. Mom, Dad, Sienna at a restaurant. Not just any restaurant. I recognized the interior immediately. Oriole, the Michelin-starred place downtown where reservations book months in advance. Caption. Mom's 60th at Oriole. Best meal of my life. Champagne glasses, gold-rimmed plates, what looked like a 30-year scotch in Dad's hand, everyone dressed like they'd stepped out of a catalog. I zoomed in, studied the table, and then I saw it. A receipt folder on the table edge, black leather, cracked open. Inside, the white slip of paper. I zoomed more, enhanced. The camera phone quality wasn't great, but there it was. The credit card. The name? Mila J. Parker. Not Richard, not Linda, my name. My heart stopped. I opened my credit monitoring app. Alert. New activity. Oriole Restaurant, Portland. $1,847. I scrolled back. More alerts I'd somehow missed or dismissed. Nordstrom, $2,341. Serenity Spa, $890. Premier Wine Merchants, $654. 2 weeks ago, Discover Card ending in 4472. Cardholder, Mila J. Parker. Credit limit, $45,000. Current balance, $43,278. I never opened a Discover Card. I never applied. I never authorized. I pulled up my full credit report. Professional access. Instant. And there it was. 4 cards. Total $437,554. $437,554 of debt I didn't create. The office tilted. I gripped the desk. James walked past. "Mila, okay? You look like you saw a ghost." I couldn't speak, just stared at the screen. That's my name. That's my credit card, and I never opened it. I stayed at the office until 2 a.m. James brought coffee, sat with me while I pulled every document. The first Discover Card opened 6 years ago. Applications required signature, social security number, address. I requested copies from the bank. The signature looked like mine, but I'd never signed it. Visa, 7 years ago. MasterCard, 4 years. American Express, 5 years. Each one showed payment history, minimum payments made monthly. Paid from where? From my parents' account. Every month, $3,000 went to my parents, and from that account, minimum payments flowed out to these fraudulent cards. Circular fraud, self-sustaining, brilliant in the most horrifying way. "This is systematic," James said, scanning the timeline. The charges told a story. Restaurants I couldn't afford, Nordstrom, Delta first-class tickets to Hawaii, Four Seasons, Tiffany jewelry, premium wine subscriptions, while I ate ramen.